Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to WRC as we return, ladies and gentlemen, for a brand new round, the 6th round of this season, here on the Tuesday division then, in the WRC Championship, ladies and gentlemen. And we are back. It is very nice to be back. It really, really is, here for the seventh season. I'm in the wrong server here, looking at the standings. Let me just get in the standings bit. There we go. Here for the first season, my bad, not the 7th season. We started here, didn't we? 6 races ago, and here we are, 16 people joining us for a bit of a different one this evening, ladies and gentlemen. A bit of a different one. It is Zandvoort Reverse. Quite a different one. I've actually never had the pleasure of commentating Zandvoort Reverse. I've done it the normal way around, but not this way around. I've heard it is pretty bad, so we're going to see how the drivers handle it then. Zazapi goes quickest early on, but we'll see how the drivers can get on with it. It looks very, very weird. It really does. Look at this then. Zazapi goes third. I'm going to have to try and get my bearings with this one. It's Humboldt now the fastest, 1 minute 9.6. And a very fast track then it is here in the Netherlands. It really, really is. But we go into the 6th round then, ladies and gentlemen, with F1 Mikey Boy, the man in front in the World Championship. Billy Mewis, the man that just put it on provisional pole, is currently sat 2nd place in the standings. 61 points to him at the moment, and it is 78 to F1 Mikey Boy. DJC in the chat, it's good to see you, mate. Good evening to you. As Humboldt on his way around, 2nd place at the minute. Billy Mewis, the quickest man on the track at the moment then, ladies and gentlemen, with the yellow flags around the circuit. But yes, Mikey is the man at the top of the championship standings. Billy Mewis is just behind him in 2nd place. 17 points then. Is that 17 points? I think, yeah, 17 points is what separates Billy and Mikey in the championship, which actually isn't too much at this stage in the season. As calendar for this season, 8 rounds. So actually, we're nearing the end. We are nearing the end. The 6th round now, 2 to go then. It'll be Imola and Abu Dhabi to round the season off. So only 2 races left then, ladies and gentlemen. With Racing Bulls, the team leading the World Championship, 25 points advantage over the Ferrari team at the minute. So it is strong going for the Racing Bulls up at the front. But last round then, round 5 in Bahrain, ladies and gents. It was a pretty nice race, and you know what? These guys never fail to give us a good one, do they? In 5 races, we've had 5 different winners. MCL becomes the 5th winner of the season for the Ferrari team. The Welsh driver, great race from him then. And he puts himself, of course, on P1 in that race, taking home maximum points of 26 with a time of 45 minutes in that race. He had a very nice one indeed. Mikey Boy finished the close 2nd place. And we go into the 6th round now. Wondering who can take it. The 2 drivers in the championship up at the top today of Mikey and Billy, and the gap between them is quite marginal actually. Not very big indeed. I have got an invite to send out to somebody. Let me just make sure I send that now so I don't forget. Need to make sure I get the right guy first. Hang on a moment, everybody. I do apologise. Wait, I need to see what his name was in here. Oh man, I don't know which one it was. Unless he's not adding me back. Might have not added me back. I don't know. Anyway then. DJC, where's the Christmas theme at? It's not, for some reason, mate, I need to try and sort it out, but the Christmas lights, I tried to turn them on the other day and they didn't come on. They did not turn on. I don't know why, but they are not working anymore, so I'm going to have to try and fix that. But they are, for some reason at the minute, not working the way they should be, so I'm going to try and fix that at some point. But Anyway, Christmas coming up, everybody. Of course, the last race of the season, the last race of the season is Abu Dhabi. I'm absolutely buzzing for that. I really am. And it is so late on in Christmas. It is the day before Christmas Eve, the 23rd of December, is the Yas Marina Circuit, Abu Dhabi. That is going to be a great race, and I am so looking forward to that. I think, yeah, the Tuesday, of course, before Christmas, so that'll be really, really fun to do, really well. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to that as well. But we've got this one now, the 9th of December. Then we go to Imola on the 16th. And then it is the 23rd, Abu Dhabi. How good is that going to be? It's Billy Mewis then with a 10th of a second up in the first sector, which normally would be the third sector here in Zandvoort. But of course, we have the flipped nature of the race today. Zandvoort reverse that we are dealt with. And now Billy heading up the hill, which normally is the downslope. Oh, the speed you can carry through there. And he's up by a 10th and a half in the middle sector. He's absolutely flying then into the right-hander, which was once a left-hander. Into the final few corners then, everybody, here in Zandvoort reverse. Round the final corner. Is this going to be a good lap for Billy Mewis then, ladies and gentlemen, in the kick Sauber? It's looking really strong for him at the moment. Can he take pole position away from Mikey Boy? He does take pole position away. 3 tenths improved for Billy Mewis, who is on provisional pole then here today, ladies and gentlemen. A great, great race for Billy. In the chat, imagine commentating a race when your Discord bot doesn't work, shaking my head. What are you playing at, mate? I've just, yeah, I'm trying to get the bot sorted. I am trying to get the bot sorted, but there's just so much to do with it. It really is a lot. I do apologise for making you guys wait with that. I've just had a lot on recently, coming up to Christmas as well, so it's quite a busy time. But I will get that sorted at some point, mate. There's F1 Mikey Boy then on an out lap at the moment, and he will be going around for a flying lap as soon as possible. In the Racing Bull, of course, as we know, the team that currently leads the World Championship in Constructors. They are quite strong at the moment. And with only 8 minutes of qualifying to go, this is going to be exciting. 6th round of the season. And Billy Mewis, who's in 2nd place in the World Championship Drivers' standings, now beats his championship rival to pole. Miloon now is in 2nd place. F1 Mikey Boy losing another position then, 2 positions down. He's going to head round the final few corners then to round off this final sector and begin another lap around to try and prove his worth. 3rd place, 2nd row of the grid. He needs that front row really if he wants to have an amazing race, and I'm sure he's going to do so. Heading up towards the final, the first corner then, with Mikey Boy. Blake in the chat have had no practice, have absolutely 0 pace, haven't played in 5 days, game's gone. Oh man, not played in 5 days is long, very long. Good luck to you, mate. Last the first challenge, maybe. Mikey then is up by nearly 3 tenths of a second. And he is definitely finding time at the minute. 3 tenths would allow him pole position, and he's only found that in the first sector. This is really, really good going then for Mikey Boy, the championship leader here in WRC, and he's going to be going for pole today. Up the hill then to the left-hand side, absolutely flying then here in Zandvoort, down towards the right-hand side hairpin. The bank turn, of course, taking it the other way around today. Mikey into the final sector then, ladies and gentlemen, into the last hairpin. Left-hand side then, keeping it nice and neat. Mikey then full power towards the line. DRS activated. Will it be pole? It is pole position for the championship leader, Mikey Boy. Quickest today, 1 minute 8.997. Just about into the 1 minute 8s. And he snatches pole position away from the championship rival, Billy Mewis then in the kick Sauber. He is on an outlap again. Clearly knows that is not good enough. He's on again, and we'll be going for a lap fairly soon. 6 minutes to go. Qualifying is far from over, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready for these times that are going to be punched in soon. A lot of drivers in the pit lane, a few coming out on outlaps now. As Humboldt begins the lap. Here we go then. First corner for him. Everyone's been saying Zandvoort reverse is hell, but you know what? Watching this, it actually looks like really fun to. It looks really fun to race. It really does. I think Zandvoort as a track is good anyway, but you know, people have a different opinion to that, of course. But Humboldt then, ladies and gentlemen, slows down on this lap around. This will not be a presentable time. But yes, the format for today then. Qualifying now, 5 minutes left of this. We're going to go straight into a race intro, everybody, as soon as we can. Straight into a race intro. Hopefully that'll be good for you. Bit of a longer one today as well. We've got the tyres on the screen, so that'll be quite an exciting one to do and cover. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And you're going to have race intros actually for the remainder of your races as well. We've had that sorted out and deal now, so that'll be quite nice. And then, of course, the main race comes up after the race intro, so that'll be even better. But as it is quite a quiet point on the track, I do want to really quickly mention I'm running, everybody. I am organising a Christmas race on the 20th of December, run by me. We've got about 18 people. I need literally 2 more people to fill the grid. It's £10 entry. But the race winner will be taking home £100. Second place will be taking home £50. And third place will be taking home £25. So if that's something that interests you, make sure you message me and get involved. The stream will be incredible. There's going to be driver intro. There's going to be race intro. You know, loads of graphics. It's going to be full out, all out. It's going to be brilliant. So if that's something that interests you, be the final 2 drivers on the grid and fill the seats up. You know, make sure you message me and we'll get that sorted, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you very much for listening to that. But Humboldt then, he's on his way around. And we did see him slow down earlier on. But your current top 4 is Mikey, Billy, Maloon and Zazapi. It's Humboldt in 5 and on a lap around. And he is down by a 10th in the first sector. Apparently fastest first sector, but of course that cannot be true. DJC in the chat, 0 grip is the whole track, he said. There's yellow flags in the middle sector, I believe that is. There's only 3 minutes to go, and it's now going to start to go down to the wire then, ladies and gentlemen, here today. And I'm all for it. It's going to be brilliant. Hopefully qualifying can round off nicely. 2 and 3 are in the pit, or on their outlap, sorry. And 1 and 4 in the pit lane at the moment. Will Mikey come out again to set another time, ladies and gentlemen, and try and increase his pole margin to the man behind? Billy, of course, is out there again. He is looking to improve, and he's just about to start potentially his final lap of the day. So he has to make this one count then, everybody. The Kick Sauber currently lined up on the front row of the grid, which is very good in itself, but he wants that pole title, and I'm sure he's going to be able to get it if he can push and push on this lap around. Time is to be found as he loses his way a little bit there off the side of the track. Then he gets obstructed by a Red Bull. He goes through, but he slows down. And I think he's going to try and save these tyres and, you know, go again. Next lap around. I think that's the strategy for him. Maloon then is out there in 3rd on the out lap. Here we go around soon. Zazapi's out as well. This is where you start to see times getting punched in, ladies and gentlemen. There's Andy J. Price. He is in the 2nd sector now. Final 3rd now, actually. He improves in the middle sector. And now the final sector is looking strong as well. Here we go into the final few corners then as he'll steam towards the line. Will Andy J. Price find time today? He has found enough time then to get himself into 6th. But can he gain any more places than that? Here comes Andy over the line, up to P4. Incredible job then from Andy J. Price now as across the line goes Sidemen. He goes into 3rd position today. Billy Mewis then is going to be starting a lap very, very soon to go round again. Andy goes into 5th position. Mikey GTI is on his way around. He's down by 2 seconds today. Tyler Adams then into the end of the 2nd sector. Will he be improving? 7/10 of a second found then for Tyler Adams. Strong stuff for him. But here we go into the final few corners. The banked hairpin and then into the final corner. He'll steam towards that line in the McLaren down in P13 today. The only McLaren in the race this evening as well, carrying the team on his back across the line then for Tyler Adams. Will it be an improvement today? He gets 8th position, a second found. Decent time from Tyler and makes quite a big improvement. Ollie Southall heading round. Let's go to Billy Mewis then, who is up by 1/100th of a second. Ladies and gentlemen, in that first sector. Now into the second. Will he find time here? Battery low then, as he is running as light as a feather. He's down by 8 thousandths of a second. You know, he must have just took the life out of his tyres, unfortunately. They're not working the way he wants them to. Malone is heading around. I'm not entirely sure if he's on a flying lap at the moment. We're going to go back to that soon. Zappy round the final corner as he crosses onto the grass. Over the line then for the Alpine. Will it be an improvement? It's P6, nearly up by a 10th, but no, position changes there. Billy Mewis over the line, only good enough for second place. Mikey can pretty much back off now. He will be safe. He's going to go round again though. Oh, he's down by nearly 0.3 of a second. Not really that strong for Mikey boy. I think he slowed down. He has slowed down. That is it then for F1 Mikey boy. Pole position so far. Billy Mewis then is defenceless and will not be improving this evening. Malone into the pit lane. Sidemen heading round then and on the lap I believe at the moment. We can watch that soon. Zappi has finished his lap at the moment. Over the line for Ferrari for life into 5th place. Never in doubt, that man. He's absolutely brilliant. Matt Connor is going to be heading round towards the final few corners now. P11 for him with a 1:09.989. Will he find time? Only 10% battery left. Up towards the line then, everybody. One-tenth improvement for Matt Connor. Man, I just started spitting bars. Line 9. I can't remember the other thing. Fozy into the wall, everybody. In P13, retires on the track. There's Ollie Southall then in P14. Don't know if he's going to improve. A lot of battery towards the line. He's massively down here. No improvement there. As Zappi, our only hope. And he's down massively as well. So I can confirm, everybody, F1 Mikey boy is on pole position then. For Zandvoort Reverse. Different race tonight, but it is what it is. I'm very much looking forward to it. Bit of a different one, and that is what we like to see then. Your finishing results will be on your screen in a moment, and then we're going to jump straight into the race intro, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. Finishing results on your screen. It's F1 Mikey boy on pole position this evening. Billy Mewis second place, and Malone lines off the top 3. There are your results then. I'll just scroll down so you can see them. Next up is the race intro now. We're going to get into that and then the main race. We'll see you very, very soon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome along then to the Dutch Grand Prix. It is Zandvoort Reverse then for the 6th round of the season, of an 8-round season that we have then, ladies and gentlemen. 2 more to go after tonight, and it is all going to boil down to the top 2 of F1 Mikey boy and Billy Mewis. Here is your track then, ladies and gentlemen. on your screen here in Zandvoort by the sea. 2.6 miles long then track distance, 72 laps at the full race distance, but we only do half of that today, ladies and gentlemen. 14 turns across the track, so quite a short one, as you can see in qualifying today as well. The lap times are incredibly short. I'm sure you're going to see that through the race as well today. Tyres on your screen then, the soft, medium, the hardest, of course, what Pirelli always bring. The C3, the C2 and the C1 are your tyre compounds this evening, ladies and gentlemen, as we're going to move back to the main action then with the drivers who have just started their formation lap this evening then, and we are soon to be getting on with this. F1 Mikey Boy starting on pole position, and it's looking strong for him. Billy Mewis lines up second place. I've got to say, actually, that is the smoothest and strongest race intro I've done in a long while. Happy with that. That was pretty smooth, that, for saying that a lot of that was improvised. Crazy. Anyway, F1 Mikey Boy, the man in the front. Possible race strategies. 2-stop on a 3-stop. It always says that. You know, most drivers sometimes can go and try the 1-stop. So we'll find out. See what the drivers are capable of doing this evening, everybody. But right now, we just have to focus on the man at the front. Can F1 Mikey Boy get away well? He has won a race this season. Can he win another one tonight? As we come towards the line then, it'll be Mikey with 1 win, Billy with a win, MCL with a win, Mikey GTI with a win as well. And yes, I don't know how that works. There should be one more, shouldn't there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 wins. I'm not sure. Anyway, we have had a new winner in every race, ladies and gentlemen, that we have had, that I'm pretty sure about. And we are maybe going to get that again today, or we're going to get one of the usual lot taking it once more. We'll find out then ahead of the drivers here in Zandvoort. The other way around today. Zandvoort reverse for the 6th round of the season here on the Tuesday. It's WRC. Held for a long time, but it's lights out and away we go. Mikey Boy off the line very well indeed, then down into the final corner on the normal track. First corner today, Billy Mewis tries to get ahead, but no competition there. He can't get through. They all head through the first corner very smoothly. Hitting the backside there of Maloon is Sidemen, getting ever closer to him. Now on the outside line of Maloon. Is he going to try his chances of getting through? He just about tries it. Not enough room for him there. And now Ferrari for Life is going to try and slime through into 4. He has done, and he's done a very nice move there indeed. Sidemen drops down to 5. It is Zazapi 6 then with Humboldt looking like he's trying to make a move here on the backside of Zazapi. Behind that as well, all of the drivers come 2 by 2 here in Zandvoort. We've got 36 laps of racing today, and a Jaw Toy, I think, got overtaken by Blake there. We'll have a look actually with the position changes. Never mind, he's up 1 place since the start. Look down the back of the grid then. Matt Connor dropping positions now, getting back through past Matt there. 2 of the Matts going battling in this race. About to round off the first lap of the race then, ladies and gentlemen, now with the drivers as Mikey GTI heading round on the backside of AW. A new driver here for tonight as your strategies on your screen then this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Race strategies on your screen. We head round the final corner. It is F1 Mikey Boy leading by 0.4 of a second nearly to his championship rival Billy Mewis. Here we go then. Great race so far in the early stages from the drivers. The second lap starts and losing his rears a little bit there is Billy Mewis, dipping the tyres onto the grass, which is always going to be a disadvantage for him. He's doing his absolute best to stick on the rear then of Mikey, but at the moment, you know, little mistakes here and there, but he has kept it clean and close. Now 0.2 of a second. Credit where credit is due, and he is keeping that gap quite close at the moment then, is the Kick Sauber. Here we go then. Will this be maybe a move on this lap around? Yellow flags. Somebody's round. Somebody went down there. Mikey GTI is down 5 places now into P17. Unfortunately, losing a lot of positions then is Mikey GTI. Of course, a race winner in this season. A race winner in this season, unfortunately, you know, he is down at the back of the grid. Here we go, then we head down the main straight again, ladies and gentlemen, with the drivers. And it has been a very strong start for the championship leader. Both of the championship rivals have had a good start as well. As we look down the grid, Tyler Adams and Matt swap positions. Tyler Adams then has managed to get himself through, I believe. As we look up ahead of that as well, and really wide there goes a dual toy, losing 2 positions down to P11, ladies and gentlemen, in this race. Will he be able to come back from that? He's got Ollie Southall now trying to make a move around the outside line. Through goes Ollie Southall into P11. Great move from him, and he gets the move done and dusted in the early stages, ladies and gents. Great move for him. Ollie Southall and Matt now swapping positions. We've got Matt trying to get ahead of Ollie, and AW now at the back of the grid, but looking quite competitive on the backside of this Ferrari. You can see him eyeing up a move up the inside line, positions his car for it, but he's just not close enough to actually commit to that position there, and has to stay behind into P17 today. But he's still got time then, ladies and gentlemen, to do this. And heading round the circuit now with the drivers. Matt Connor gets ahead of a dual toy. We look up towards the front again then, and Mikey not necessarily running away with it. He's got 3 tenths to Billy, who's keeping him quite reeled in. Oh, Matt and AW now, they change around. AW down to the back again, losing time there, massively falling back from the grid. 1.7 seconds is that gap. Oh, wide there goes Blake. Through goes 2 drivers, Tyler Adams and Mikey GTI. Both go through today then, as yellow flags came out because of that one, but the drivers continue on, and that was great from them getting through, ladies and gentlemen, in this race. Great start today, as in the pit lane goes Maloon. Wing damage on that Aston Martin means he has to make an early pit stop today, going on to the hards, I assume, and maybe trying to take them to the end, or will he go on a second set of mediums, then try and get the hards on the end later on? We'll find out. He's in the pit lane now. It's going to be medium compound, no, never mind, it's hard compound tyres, never mind, for Maloon. He goes in for the new wing and new tyres. So here he is coming out now in the Aston Martin. His teammate, Ferrari for Life, running quite well up in third. You can see the championship rivals up at the front then, trying to run away with this one. They're not doing that at the moment. But, you know, 1.2 seconds is the gap between them two and the drivers behind. So they are making a little bit of a gap. Tyler Adams and a dual toy still giving it everything then on the 5th lap of 36. The McLaren of Tyler Adams just manages to hold his own in the moment in front. A dual toy maybe trying to make a move. Matt Connor and Fozy now go side by side. The rear slide out there for Fozy as he gets a bit on the grass with the rear compound, with the rear tyres, my bad. And it does lose some positions there, unfortunately. Well, very nearly loses loads of positions. Just about kept it on the track, but you just lose that position to Matt Connor. As Tyler Adams dipped his tyre onto the grass there, you could see with the tyre, you know, having quite a bit of grass on the left-hand side, but it's all come off now. 30 laps remaining then of this Grand Prix tonight. Very early stages. A dual toy in the pit lane for an early stop this evening. Different strategy from the rest of the drivers then. Maybe some wing damage then to, you know, cause them to come in. Doesn't look like it's wing damage, so maybe just an early pit stop. Going on to the hard compound tyres for a dual toy. Can they last 30 laps on them, or is it a 2-stop strategy we don't know of? Possibly. Oh, Billy Mewis now within 0.2 of a second, ladies and gentlemen. We head into the final corner. This is it. Will we get a move here for the first time today? Blake now with a 10-second time penalty after making a pit stop. That is pretty large then, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty large penalty indeed. He can serve that, of course, in the pit lane. But, you know, that means he's going to have to go in again, and that is just going to be a detriment to his race. So he will not be a happy chappy now at all. The top two still keeping a close distance. Humboldt is not far off Zazapi now. On lap 7 of 36. Andy J. Price sitting quite comfortably in 6th, and a driver that will be taking place in our Christmas event, which I'm very happy to hear. Oh, this is it, everybody, then. Pit lane 4, Andy J. Price. Different strategy here for him, then. Different strategy indeed for Mr. Price. Heading into the pit lane now, then, in the Williams. New tyres, and it is going to be hard compound tyres for him, then. And I wonder how good the hards are around here, because in the chat, DJC says there's no grip here. You know, no grip, hard compound tyres. Is that going to be a good mix? I mean, we'll have to find out if they work well with the drivers. I've never actually raced Sandbort Reverse, so I would not be able to tell you. But Adjure time 14. Blake gets through to 15 as Matt went into the pit lane in the Ferrari and drops back to P16. Back of the grid now. As Billy Mewis then heads into the pit lane, ladies and gentlemen. And Billy, the championship contender today, second place in the World Championship, makes an early pit stop. No new wings, so tyres is all that gets put on, and the hard compound go on for him this evening. He exits the pit lane then with a few other drivers that have decided to go in. And the rest have stayed out up at the front. Pit stops on your screen then. Everybody from Billy below have been into the pit lane. Everybody above has not been in that pit lane today, everybody. Here comes Ollie Southall exiting the pit lane. Great race so far, though. I've got to give it to everybody. I really have. Very nice race so far. Cannot complain. But you know what? WRC, they never fail to deliver, do they? They never do. As Sidemen and Zazapi have a bit of a scroll, spinning around Zazapi into the barrier. It is the front left wing damage there then for the Alpine. Was not expecting that, but unfortunately, wing damage comes about then. Wow. Ferrari for life with a 10-second time penalty as well as he goes into the pit lane. I'm sure we're going to see a pit stop as well there for Zazapi. His pit stop, yeah, of course, for Zazapi. We knew it. He is waiting there to get the new wing put on, ladies and gentlemen. New wing is on, new tyres are on, and he exits the pit lane now then. All refreshed this evening. With 26 laps remaining. Long race ahead of us still. And we are not even at that half race distance yet. Is it overtaking, or is this overtaking lap cars? Never mind, it is fully overtaking it. Blake and Zazapi going side by side. Zazapi just about gets through. The Haas car then gets pushed onto the gravel trap there then, as they're going to continue to fight all the way up towards the right-hander. On the outside line, here is Blake with a disadvantage. He will get pushed wide. The Alpine just about pulls ahead. Here comes the Haas then to fight back, ladies and gentlemen. Doing what he can. The Alpine's just about staying ahead though, keeping his car as wide as possible up the inside line. It is two drivers overtaking here. Blake goes up the inside line, and a double overtake made for him. So Zappi gets into P14, and Matt is in P15 then, everybody. Loses a position, and now another one to Ollie Southall, who will fly through this evening. Wow. Just wow, these guys still going all out then in towards the left-hander first corner. Look at them side by side through here. What an angle that is then, as the Mercedes and the Haas going side by side. Blake with a 3-second time penalty. The second one of today then, everybody. Up in having a 36, a battle still continuing. Absolutely brilliant action from the drivers today. Really, really has been good. And we look towards the front then to see what it's looking like. Everybody has made pit stops today. F1 Mikey Boy is currently in 4th position, so the strategy hasn't worked out at the moment. I don't think anyway. He, of course, come out. He's down in P4 now. His championship rival, Billy Mewis, up in 1. How is this going to turn out now then? Sidemen's in 2nd place and Ferrari for Life is in 3rd. There's Mikey in 13, Ollie Southall then in P14 today, ladies and gents, as these battles continue on the 12th lap of 36. Of course, like we normally have, it is going to be post-race interviews coming your way for the top 3 drivers later on this evening. But first, of course, we have to get through this main race. 18 is your half-race distance, lap 18. We are on lap 12 of 36 at this moment in time, with AW, the only driver to retire from this session this evening. And Mikey is gaining on Ferrari for Life, 0.7 of a second, and getting smaller as the laps go by. Getting closer, Mikey for a move here on Ferrari for Life, putting mega pressure on him. Nearly takes his inside line out, his inside wheel out, sorry, as Mikey drops back to P4 to try and keep it clean. As Ferrari for Life just about holds that one today. The Racing Bull, though, is not over yet, and only 13 laps in. He's got a lot of time to make up for this then. Round the outside line goes the Racing Bull, the team that are leading the Constructors' Championship and proving why they're the best, as he makes a move through past the Aston Martin, and he's into P3 today on the podium for the V-Car. This Aston Martin is not done yet, though. Like a dog with a bone and carrying on to try and get what he wants. Looking like he was getting there on Mikey, but slightly dropped back now, and this could be the break point for Mikey to pull off. And now he's got, of course, his teammate of Sidemen in front, possibly going to help him pull him along. Here comes Mikey Boy and his teammate, the Racing Bull, getting closer to the other Racing Bull, making contact with him here, and you can just see how fast he is. He doesn't even know where to place the car because he's got so much speed. Mikey Boy into 2nd place, and with this kind of pace, it could be a win for F1 Mikey Boy. Either way, if it goes the way of either Billy or Mikey, we have a double race winner this season. We have the first double race winner this season because, of course, both of them have won races, but only once. That is the thing. Will it be 2 for 2 for one of the drivers here today? Only 2 time penalties on the grid today, which is pretty crazy, actually. 10 seconds for Ferrari for Life, 13 for Blake. Not a lot of penalties here. It really isn't. Keeping it quite nice and neat, aren't they, this evening? As the battles continue with the drivers here. Are we going to get some moves with these boys? That 15 of 36 then, ladies and gentlemen. Matt Connor really close here on the rears of Malone in the Aston Martin. Malone has got the McLaren in front of him, as these three are hopefully going to give us a bit of action here today then in WRC. Yellow flags down the main straight. I'm not entirely sure where they have come from, but they have now gone away. Back again now. Seems like they're fighting quite hard then, doesn't it? I'm not entirely sure how that's come about there. They're at the back of the grid. But anyway, go back to what we were watching earlier on then. The bottom three here then are giving us an absolutely brilliant battle at the moment. Matt Connor now getting ever closer to Malone. Maybe a dive up the inside line. He's made that dive today. Matt Connor sends his car up the inside line, tries to get ahead here, side by side with the Aston Martin, and he has been able to do that. Really nice stuff. Up the inside, the McLaren on the Alpine. Going at it again then, everybody. Matt Connor gets ahead. Tyler Adams then is going to try and get ahead now because Matt Connor off the track. Here comes the Aston Martin as well to take advantage of that. Malone's through to P8. Great move for him. Lovely stuff. And Malone manages to get a position ahead now, then into 8th. Let's go back up to the front. What are these boys looking like in the pit lane for Zazzapi? There's Billy Mewis and Mikey. 2.6 seconds then, everybody, is the gap that separates them. Lap 17 of 36 then. One lap and we have been able to reach that half race distance today. And how fast has that gone with these drivers? Always a good race. And I'm never just saying that. I promise you I'm never just saying that. It's always a good race from these boys. As Tyler Adams gets ahead of Malone. And now he's going to try and fight back again to prove why this league is so good. Can the Aston Martin fight back today? Tangling then today here. The Aston Martin loses his rears then. Spins the car. And now down into 9th place, loses that position to Matt Connor. Yellow flags with the drivers up in the front then, as one of them must have gone off a little bit wide. Oh, Ferrari for life, down to 6th. He's lost his place then, up in 3rd, everybody. Ferrari for life losing positions. Such a shame. He was driving brilliantly today. Loses out on those top spots. 6th position still for him, but at the moment, you know, he will not be a happy chappy with that at all. Into the pit lane then for Ferrari for life. Will he be retiring in the pit lane, or is it going to be a new wing? What is the situation with him here? We'll find out. 6th position in the race for him right now. It is not all over yet. It's definitely a new wing. You can see that needs replacing. They're also going to wait for his time penalty. 10 seconds in the pit lane. First of all, this is going to feel like an absolute eternity then for the Aston Martin. It is an eternity. And now they start working on the car, getting him ready to come out again then. New tyres being put on. And new wing. But Billy Mewis leads by 1.9 over F1 Mikey Boy, and this is where the race is on. The championship rivals have been quite close together then today, you know, in this race, and then now the strategies finally start coming together, and you know, they were separated for a bit of a while, but now they are soon to be reunited in this race with a 1.8 second gap between them. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely love that. Taking the graphics off the screen. See the drivers looks brilliant. It really does. But lap 19 at 36, and we are now over that half race distance here today, ladies and gentlemen. Over half race distance now, and we are soon to get into those latter stages then as the drivers head down the straight. Some of them too quite evenly distributed around the track today then as Sidemen goes into the pit lane in third position in the Racing Bull, going on 4 new tyres, so 2-stop strategy for him. Maybe those hards do not work out for that long as he is in the pit lane getting on some new tyres. No new wing, just the new tyres for him, and now he exits in 7th position. I think that's where he's going to come out. It is. Oh, Blake with a 10-second time penalty as off the track goes a Jaw toy, everybody. Massively off there. There's a lot of gravel on the tyres of his car as a Jaw toy is back on the track. Blake now retires on the track as well in the Haas, unless never mind, it was in the pit lane. But Blake does retire, so no safety car comes out from that. 16 laps remaining now, then 15 now actually, with the drivers as Billy Mewis leads. Mikey now only 1.1 behind, closing in on him. He's starting to get there, ladies and gentlemen. He really, really is. Not so far behind now. Fosey in 7 then, with Maloon in 8. As in the pit lane he goes, and brand new tyres. Hard compound for him. Just about gets ahead there. Tyler Adams. Maloon has to come out in 10th. Slots in 10th position now then. Look at this then, Ollie Southall on a dual toy up the outside line. Sorry, goes the Mercedes. It is 3 abreast into the right-hander. Round the outside goes Ollie Southall. Ferrari for Life tries to make a lunge as well. He does get ahead marginally today then, everybody. Ferrari for Life just about ahead here of Ollie Southall. Now has to drop back. It is Ollie into P11. Ferrari up the inside line. Look at the speed he had on him here as he manages to get through. Makes it look very easy then as Ferrari for Life goes through to P11. Is Ollie Southall in P12 now then, who's going to try and fight back up the inside line. These guys are proper going for it today. In the pit lane for a dual toy then. New tyres on for him as he will have now the... Is that the mediums? I think it's the hards, isn't it? Yeah, brand new hard compound tyres then for the Ferrari, who exits the pit lane with 2 drivers flying past him of the championship leaders. F1 Mikey Boy is finally on the rear side of Billy Mewis, and the battle we've all been waiting for is soon to begin, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very looking forward to this. I'm very much looking forward to this battle. Hopefully it continues on. Oh, F on Mikey Boy spins round everybody in Zandvoort reverse today, who was just about on the rear side of Billy Mewis, and this could be a pivotal moment in the World Championship. Lap 23 of 36 then, everybody. 13 laps remaining. If Billy wins this, he will close the gap then to Mikey, who now goes into the pit lane after having crazy wing damage on the front left. Not good. Billy in the pit lane as well then. Both make pit stops today. And of course, it will be Billy that comes out first, of course, because he hasn't got any wing to change, but Mikey does. He's got Humble behind him. Mikey's getting that wing changed. Humble just about to come out now, as this could be a crossover path. Matt Connor and Tyler Adams then having a battle in P8 and P9. The McLaren getting closer to the Alpine here. It's lap 24 of 36 then. 12 laps now, and these laps slowly but surely ticking down this evening. Billy Mewis leads 8.3 seconds to Sidemen. Behind that is F1 Mikey Boy. He's got about 13 seconds, about 11 seconds there, 11.6 to F1 Mikey Boy. Oh, Tyler Adams into the barrier. Wow. Big crash today then, everybody, for Tyler into the wall. Safety car deployed here today in WRC. Wow, wow, wow. That was a big crash into the barrier there for Tyler Adams as the safety car gets brought out, everybody. That was big. In the chat. Well, safety car's out, and now we're going to find out who's going to make pit stops underneath it. Mikey GTI in the pits. Billy Mewis and F1 Mikey Boy could have done with waiting a little bit longer, couldn't they? Before they did that, but I'm sure that's not really going to affect them very much. Maloon in the pit lane coming out now. Fro for Life doing the same. Fozy as well, and Sazapi. Ajor Toy will go in the pits. Ollie Southall will stay out. Will Matt go in, is a question. He does go in. Matt in that pit lane too. Well, Billy Mew is 15 then. Second place in the World Championship. About 17 points to F1 Mikey Boy. This has really helped Mikey today. You know, the safety car has helped him bring it a bit closer. He's now third place. And he will be right behind Billy Mewis effectively come the safety car restart. As everybody will be bunched up, the safety car now getting off and moving as Billy Mewis, the race leader, has caught up with it. Andy J. Price enters the pit lane. Medium compound tyres is what he goes for now till the end of the race. Only 10 laps left now then here this evening. Maloon and Ollie Southall, P10 and 11. Some reasons swapped around a little bit there. I don't know why, but of course they shouldn't be doing that. Mikey goes into second place. Sidemen drops back. What have I missed? What has happened here? How is Mikey in front of this one? Mikey has got a back marker in between them, though, of Matt, possibly, or even a Your Toy. No, it's Matt that is between them. Well, safety cars always are able to spice things up just a little bit, aren't they, everybody? And that is exactly what we've got here today, then, in Zandvoort reverse track this evening. 10 laps to go. And Billy Mewis, then, is going to be your race leader when we get off the line. This time now, though, he has got F1 Mikey Boy a second behind. They're both on the same lap old tyres, both on the hards, both with brand new wings. They are all good to go, and this is going to be pure pace for them. Which driver will bring it home for the remaining 9 laps of the race? I don't know if it's going to be this lap. I don't think it will be this lap we go racing. If it's not this lap, it will most likely be the one after then. Here in Zandvoort, ladies and gentlemen. As lap 27 of 36. One more lap around then, I believe, before we go racing again. As the drivers cross the line to begin the 28th lap. So lap 29 is when we will go racing again, giving us about 7 laps left of the Grand Prix. So it's really cut down the racing time now, this has. The back marker is still between both drivers, and will he be in the way? Most likely not, because I think the ghosting is on, so that will be prevented tonight. But like I mentioned earlier on, everybody, the top 3 will be giving us an interview today. It is definitely looking like Billy, definitely looking like F1 Mikey Boy. Will it be Sidemen? Can he keep the drivers behind at bay? You know, but even then, you can't really guarantee Billy or Mikey, can you? We just saw Mikey make a mistake only a few laps ago. It could happen again, and that is what we are going to see. If it will happen then, ladies and gentlemen, in the remaining 7 laps of the Grand Prix. Safety car going in at the end of this lap, and we get ready to go racing again, ladies and gents, and hopefully for the final time today. With the 2 championship contenders, Billy Mewis and F1 Mikey Boy, lining up 1 and 2 after the safety car restart, with 1 back marker of Matt, 1, 2, 1, 3, 4 in the middle of both of them. And we now have to wait for Billy to set the pace. Billy is already gone. Look at that then, F1 Mikey Boy already nearly a second back. What is going on? Mikey braking. Mikey slowing down then. Everybody have to move out of the way. Mikey going all the way down then, everybody, to P13. Losing all of those positions after the safety car restart. What is going on here? Why has he just lost so many places? Ahead of that, then, it's absolute carnage. Up the inside line goes to Zappi. Ferrari for life gets spun around at the end then. Mikey trying to get himself back through the order now, as he just tries to do a last to first challenge or something. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with him. Loses all those places, as now he tries to get up the inside line to fight back again, everybody. Will this be a move on the Ferrari? The Ferrari's really feeling the pressure now then. As F1 Mikey Boy, what just happened with him in the remaining few laps? Then he's got 3 drivers in front of him. He's going to make a move past one now. Then as the Mercedes of Humboldt goes up wide, Mikey's going to try and make his way back through the grid today. Then you can see the speed he has over everybody. He's absolutely rapid today. And now he's going to try and make a send on these guys in front. The Ferrari sends it up the inside of the Alpine. Everybody is fighting for these up higher places today as the Ferrari is merging through the Alpine there on the ghosting mode. DRS enabled, the 3 drivers in front of him, are going at it. And now F1 Mikey Boy is going to try and make an overtake on the Ferrari into the first corner, carrying the speed around the outside line, trying to avoid contact on the Mercedes there, who was looking all over the shop. Mikey can't find a gap to make that move through just yet, but he has got the speed to go from the back to the front here. Ferrari for life retires in the pit lane. 6 laps remaining. Malone gets into 4th, then everybody's Andy J. Price down to 5. Billy Mewis running away with this one then by 2.9 seconds. That is going to make F1 Mikey Boy's race even harder to gain on places. But Mikey, you can see the speed that he held then over the drivers in front of him earlier on. Has he still got that speed here then? This track backwards is absolutely brilliant. It really is. And when you have the speed, it seems so massively satisfying to make those moves. Into the hairpin we go. The Ferrari there making a massive move up the inside line. Double overtake here then for F1 Mikey Boy. Right place at the right time. And now he gets ahead. He's got Zazappi in front of him. And now he's going to do what he can to gain on the drivers in front. Mikey making his way through the order today. Here comes Mikey GTI on Fozy, the Red Bull, up the inside line. Easy move for him. Can he maintain that now then? He can maintain that on lap 31. Malone can't make a move here. Then the top 3 holding strong. Billy, Sidemen, Matt Connor. That's going to be a nice top 3 in the interview room if we get that. Malone would equally be nice as well. So will he get on the podium? We'll just have to see about that. Mikey now makes his way up to 8th position, everybody, and flying through that order today. So Mikey ahead of Zazappi and everyone else behind him. He's in 8th position at the moment and had a nice race currently. It's a Jortoy in 11. Ollie Southall 12 making moves. Look at this then. Somebody's gone round. It's Malone. Malone's gone around down to P10. No way. Malone has gone around, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot believe it. Cannot believe it from that man. Andy J. Price now fighting for a podium. Will Andy be able to get himself on a podium, ladies and gentlemen? 4th position at the moment. He's got 4 laps to go. Oh, losing his rears there is Andy J. Price. He's got Matt Connor in front of him. And I don't think Andy's getting on the podium at the moment. He's still got 3 laps to do it, though, so a bit of time before the end. Still time there to do it. But ahead of that is Matt on Sidemen, ladies and gents. into the closing stages of this race now then. 3 more before the end. And a great race that it has been at the moment. It really has been. And the driver's continuing it on round the final corner. I have loved every moment of it. As Billy Mewis ahead by 5.4 seconds at the moment. Right then, everybody, lap 34 of 36. This is it then, closing stages of tonight's Grand Prix. The drivers, you know, they've had a great race today. As Ollie Southall goes a little bit wide there, brings out the yellow flags on this track with only a few laps remaining of it today. 5.5 seconds is that gap then from Billy to Sideman in second place. F1 Mikey Boy threw away that race win today. I really do think he did. But equally, he is gaining on these guys in front, and only 2 laps left. Will he be able to get some, you know, crazy gaining going on here to make some moves on the guys in front and maybe, you know, do them all and get into second place on the podium? I mean, it's possible. We know what F1 Mikey Boy is like. He's won in the past, but I don't know if he's going to do it today. Only 2 laps left of this race. Yellow flags then as Malone in the pit lane retires at the very end tonight. And that'll be it for his race, unfortunately. But F1 Mikey Boy is gaining on the guys in front. 9/10 of a second is the gap, getting ever closer as all of them punching a hole in the air, letting Mikey gain and gain as much as possible. Onto the curb a little bit too much there then as he tries to get himself back on the track. And he does do that, but loses a slight bit of time. Penultimate lap of the race then, everybody, which is going to turn into the final lap in a few moments' time. Will F1 Mikey Boy get on that podium in the final lap? He's got all of these drivers in front of him. You know, is he going to be able to get a pass past them all? Maybe, I don't know. We know what this guy's like, though, and he is very fast. He's gaining on them. We know he can do this, and with a lap left, Billy Mewis is the man to beat. I don't think anyone's going to beat him at this one now then. 5 seconds ahead he is. Half a second then, F1 Mikey Boy is on the guys in front. Will he gain enough on this last lap today then to make a move? Look at how close he's getting, everybody. At the end of this one tonight, P6 right now, he's getting ever closer. That was nearly a move past the Williams already. Look at this, incredible stuff. Absolutely brilliant closing speed then for the Racing Bull, the team that are leading the World Championship. He is leading the World Championship and down in 6th position, very out of position for him. He's still got time to make some overtakes. Up the inside then he makes one. Past the Williams, contact made. He's not able to get ahead fully here. Then everybody in the drivers in front of him are going to rush off. That is it from him now. I don't think he will make any more. Billy Mewis then, everybody, in that kick Sauber, the man that currently sits second place in the Drivers' Championship. And the man to beat today, he's going to head round the final corner, ladies and gentlemen. It has been an absolutely flawless race from him on this Tuesday evening. He will close that gap of 17 points and becomes the first 2-time winner here in WRC. Billy Mewis across the line wins Zandvoort reverse for round 6. Sidemen across the line in second place. Matt Connor comes home for third. Andy J. Price will take 4. Mikey GTI 5. Mikey Boy in 6. Humboldt 7. Fozy 8 to Zappy 9. 10 is Ollie Southall. Then Ajor Toy 11. And 12 is going to be Matt in the Ferrari, ladies and gentlemen. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to look at the finishing results of this evening, then have a quick post-race interview. Race winner then is Billy Mewis, after having a very nice race today in the Kick Sauber. Sidemen, second place then in the Racing Bull, Matt Connor third, Annie J Price 4, and Mikey GTI rounds off the top 5. We're going to get on with your interview in a moment, everybody. Just bear with me. Right then, interview screen coming up. I've asked to get drivers in the interview room. Hopefully people will join us in a moment. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, mates. Race winner tonight. We'll straight away get on with it. Race winner, flawless race in my opinion. Just give us your thoughts on that first of all. Yeah. Were you expecting the reverse layout to shake the grid up as much as it did today? And yeah, Billy, after today, how does that give you confidence going into next week? I mean, the championship is soon to be wrapped up, and you're closing that gap.
Probably not. But yeah, I'm a lot more confident. I thought I was out of it before this race, but unlucky to Mikey, I don't know what happened on that restart.
And I've got Ollie Southall in the chat saying, ask him about fuel. Do you know what he's?
Oh yeah, yeah. So I was running out of fuel basically.
Oh really?
I thought I was yeah. I had to coast loads, then Mikey was catching.
Oh wow. Well, it's good that you got to the end. Very good for the championship as well. I'm really looking forward to the final round because I think it is going to come down to the wire. But well done today, mate, and hopefully we can have another good race from you next week.
Yeah, hopefully. Thank you.
No worries. Right, second place. Am I right saying it was Sidemen?
Yeah, it was.
Very nice, mate. Just give us your general thoughts on that race. Decent race, don't you think?
Yeah, it was alright. I thought it was surprisingly one of my stronger tracks, saying it's a reverse race. But yeah. Happy some people put it in a wall. Give me the chance to get a podium.
In terms of the strategy, would you have changed anything that you did today, or were you pretty happy with how that went?
Nah, I'd say it was a decent strategy. I was thinking about going longer on the mediums, but they weren't very reliable tyre, so put a bit earlier, went for the undercut.
Fair
sort
enough.
of paid off.
Next race is Imola. Is that your track? Are you looking forward to that?
Not at all. I can't wait for it to go next year. It's awful.
What's wrong with it?
I'm just bad at the track. I can't string it together.
Fair enough. Do you like Abu Dhabi, last round of the season?
Oh yeah, confident race there.
Yeah, good stuff. I cannot wait for that. Brilliant track. Well done today, mate. Second place is brilliant, and good luck next week.
Cheers.
Right, Matt Connor, we'll go on to you last of all, mate. Third place, podium position.
Let's go.
You happy with that?
Oh, I'm amazed, mate. Honestly, I'd never thought I would have got it, but it's, it took some work, but...
Oh, I'm so glad to hear it.
I'm really happy.
You know, Zandvoort Reverse, do you think, is this something you were looking forward to, or is it just, you just wanted to get it out of the way?
Well, we played a couple of races on it, and it has been fun, but with everyone who's like equal performance, like this lobby, like everyone's so good, like going against each other. I thought, it's no chance, but everyone's sleek, like really good at racing. But yeah, it's really enjoyable. I really liked it.
If you did this again, do you think you'd change anything about the strategy, or are you? I'm guessing you're pretty happy with how that went, third place.
Yeah, I mean, I started on the mediums, then went on hards, then stayed out on the hards after the safety car. And I thought, oh, they're only on 3%, so they can make it to the end. But it was quite hard with I think a soft runner behind me crashed into me. I don't know. I think he went wide or whatever. I saw him go wide and off the track. I think it was Maloon. But I don't know what happened there really. But then it was Andy on the mediums. He was literally on my back the whole time. I was looking in the rearview mirror. I was like, a bit scared. The pressure was on. I was shaking.
Well, great result at the end of it. Imola next week. Is that your track?
I'd say so, yeah. Well, just do what I can, really.
Yeah.
I'm not the quickest, but I always try and make up for what I can do, so
Fair enough.
What happens.
P3 today. I'm glad to hear you're happy about that. Great race, and good luck for next week, mate. Thank you for talking to us.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
No worries. See you later, everybody.
Thank you.
Right then, everybody, that is it from me. In the chat, F1 Mikey Boy says championship is now level between me and Billy. How has that even happened? I'm so excited. That is absolutely brilliant. Championship is level, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next Tuesday to rerun it all again in Imola. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Have a good evening, everybody. Good night.